Have you ever felt like you're playing a game you don't understand? A game where the rules are hidden and everyone else seems to be winning? That's what the money game can feel like. But what if I told you that you can learn the rules? What if you can not only play, but actually win? Let's talk about two people, Leo and Sam, who were standing at the very same starting line, but ended up on completely different paths. Leo and Sam were friends, both fresh out of college, ambitious and ready to take on the world. They landed similar jobs at the same company, earning the same salary. For the first year, their lives looked identical. They worked hard, enjoyed their weekends, and complained about Mondays. But beneath the surface, a crucial difference was taking shape. Leo saw his paycheck as a reward for his hard work. The moment it hit his account, he felt a rush. He'd upgrade his phone, buy the latest gadgets, and treat himself and his friends to fancy dinners. He lived by the motto, "You only live once." His apartment was filled with cool stuff, and his social media feed was a highlight reel of exciting experiences. He was, by all appearances, living the good life. Sam, on the other hand, saw his paycheck differently. He viewed it not just as a reward, but as a tool, a set of seeds. Before spending a dime, he would sit down and allocate a portion of his income, a full 20%, into a separate account he nicknamed his spree, Freedom Fund. It wasn't always easy. He drove an older car, cooked most of his meals at home, and said no to some of the spontaneous trips his friends were taking. Some people, even Leo, thought he was being cheap, that he was missing out on life. One evening, Leo dropped by Sam's place. "Dude, you're still watching movies on this old TV? We're all getting the new 8K one. You should totally get it. The picture quality is insane," Leo said, scrolling through pictures of his own brand new setup. Sam smiled. "It works just fine for me, man. Besides, I'm trying to make my money work for me, not just spend it." Leo scoffed. "Work for you? What does that even mean? We work for our money, that's the deal. You're saving all this cash, but what for? You're not enjoying it." Sam pulled out a notebook. On it were charts and numbers. "See this?" he said, pointing to a graph. "This is my Freedom Fund. It's not just sitting there. I've been learning about low-cost index funds. So, that money I'm saving, it's growing. It's like I have a tiny employee who works for me 24/7, even while I'm sleeping." Leo looked at the numbers, confused. It didn't seem like much. "So, you're making a few extra bucks. I'd rather have the fun now." He shook his head and left, convinced his friend was on the wrong track. 5 years passed. Leo got a couple of promotions, and his salary increased. But strangely, he felt more stressed than ever. His lifestyle had inflated with his income. He now had a bigger apartment, a fancier car with a hefty payment, and credit card debt from all his YOLO adventures. He was earning more, but he was trapped. He had to keep working his high-stress job just to maintain his expensive lifestyle. He was running faster and faster on a hamster wheel, just to stay in the same place. Meanwhile, Sam also got promoted. But instead of upgrading his life, he upgraded his savings rate. He increased his contributions to 30%, then 40%. His Freedom Fund was no longer a small sapling. It was a sturdy tree. The returns from his investments were now generating a noticeable passive income every month. He had started a small side business online, using some of his saved capital to get it off the ground. One day, the company they worked for announced a major restructuring. Layoffs were coming. Panic swept through the office. Leo was terrified. His entire life was built on that paycheck. Without it, his carefully constructed world of monthly payments and credit card bills would come crashing down. He spent sleepless nights worrying, frantically updating his resume. He called Sam, expecting to find him in a similar state of panic. "Are you freaking out? I could lose everything," Leo said, his voice trembling. To his surprise, Sam was calm. "It's stressful, for sure," Sam replied. "I don't want to lose my job, but if I do, I'll be okay." "Okay, how can you be okay?" Leo asked, bewildered. My freedom fund, Sam explained. It's now large enough to cover my basic living expenses for over 2 years, even without a job. Plus, my little online business is starting to bring in a decent income. I have options, Leo. I have a buffer. That was the moment the light bulb finally went on for Leo. He had been playing the game all wrong. He was focused on looking rich, while Sam was focused on actually becoming wealthy. Leo was spending to show his status, while Sam was investing to buy his freedom. The fancy car, the expensive gadgets, they weren't assets. They were anchors weighing him down. The layoffs happened, and unfortunately, Leo was one of the people let go. The next 6 months were the hardest of his life. He had to sell his car, move into a smaller apartment, and face the crushing weight of his debt. It was a painful, humbling experience, but it was also his turning point. He swallowed his pride and went to Sam. Not for a handout, but for a lesson. "Show me," he said. "Show me how you did it. Show me the rules of the game." Sam didn't judge him. He welcomed him. They spent hours going over everything. They built a budget for Leo, a real one this time. They created a plan to aggressively pay down his debt. Sam taught him about investing, not as a get-rich-quick scheme, but as a slow, steady, disciplined process of wealth creation. He explained that wealth isn't about what you spend. It's about what you keep and what you grow. Leo started small. He got a new, less glamorous job and started putting just 5% of his income away. It felt impossibly small compared to Sam's progress, but it was a start. He automated his savings so the money was gone before he could even think about spending it. He found joy in simple things: cooking at home, hiking on weekends, reading books from the library. He was no longer trying to impress anyone. He was trying to build a secure future for himself. Years later, the two friends met for coffee. Leo looked different. He was less flashy, but more relaxed, more confident. He pulled out his phone, not to show off a new gadget, but to show Sam his own investment app. His freedom fund was growing. It wasn't as big as Sam's, but it was real. "You know," Leo said, "the biggest lesson you taught me wasn't about index funds or budgets. It was about mindset. I thought money was for spending. You taught me that money is a tool for building a life you control." Sam, who had recently left the corporate world to run his now thriving business full-time, smiled. "We all start somewhere, my friend. The game isn't about who gets rich the fastest. It's about who learns the rules and plays for the long-term prize: freedom." The story of Leo and Sam isn't about being cheap or depriving yourself of joy. It's about being intentional. It's about understanding that every dollar you earn holds the potential to either be consumed today or be planted to grow into a forest of financial freedom tomorrow. Are you a Leo or are you a Sam? It's never too late to change your strategy and start playing the game to win. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you master the game. We'll see you in the next video.